howdy! It's Glenn with the Cactus Atlas at the very beginning of an epic road trip adventure. I'm talking week-long, multi-state here. This is gonna be awesome, so why don't you get comfortable, buckle up, and enjoy the ride. I've taken off an entire week of work. It's been a long time coming. So we've got a lot of ground to cover on this road trip. I'm currently heading up Route 93 in Arizona, heading towards the town of Kingman in the northern climes of this fine state. From there, we're gonna be heading into Nevada, exploring a lot in Nevada, and then cutting into California. Lots to do in California also until at the end when we come back into Arizona. So really doing a grand tour here of the Southwest and the West. You know, I just did an impromptu thing here. I'm turning off of Route 93, which is the main route to where I'm going. There's a campground. I always see a sign for it called Burro Creek Campground off of Route 93. There's a really cool looking bridge off in the distance, but I've read about this campground. I just want to do a quick drive through, not camping here tonight, just a little scouting mission to check this place out. In case you're interested too, if it looks pretty cool, we'll probably come back up here sometime and camp overnight. So I've decided by just driving through here, this looks like a nice campground, so I plan on coming back for sure to check this out sometime. It's very breezy over here and quite brisk. I'm actually cold. It's nice having a travel day like this today where I don't have a strict itinerary and I can just make an impromptu stop like that. I mean, seriously, that place has been on my radar for a couple years. That crosses my mind every once in a while and just never took the time to go see it. So I'm so happy I did that. Wow, look at that dark gray sky. Looks pretty morbid, but I actually see raindrops on the windshield now. This is a novelty and something I've not seen in, I want to say, months.
Turn left onto Sycamore Avenue.
So I've arrived at my room 411 at the La Quinta by Wyndham in Kingman, Arizona, right off of Interstate 40. I choose places like this on travel just because I'm usually on a budget, and this place is very affordable, but it got really high ratings on hotels.com. There were a lot of reviews, so it was pretty much a sure thing. Looking at the pictures on the website, I was like, okay, very clean looking, very modern, and I'm gonna just give you a quick tour of the room and show you what I mean. So yes, as you may have noticed, there was a wardrobe change between when I was in my car earlier and now. The time has passed a little bit. I had to go out and run some errands to prepare for tomorrow. And let me tell you, good gravy. It is cold out there in the 40s, but keep in mind that where I came from in Phoenix, I believe this past week, if I'm not mistaken, I think the temperature was 99 degrees, I believe, in November. So this is a look into, you know, a standard room with a king-size bed. So I do like king-size beds. So yeah, this bed's plenty big for me, and the mattress is very firm. I like a firmer mattress, but we'll see. I'll comment later on the mattress if I remember after a night's sleep. I really like that blue accent wall though, to be honest. It actually adds a really cool dimension. This historic Route 66 artwork is pretty cool actually. I really like it. Yeah, it's just very fortuitous to have this Route 66 artwork coincidentally here on the wall. I didn't know that when I picked the room because my adventure begins tomorrow morning on historic Route 66. That is going to conclude the little room tour because I really have a lot of work to do. Leave me alone for a little bit. All right, I am about to leave my hotel, my lodgings from last night. Just wanted to report to you really quick. I actually slept through the night, didn't wake up once, so there you go. I guess the bed was pretty comfortable. Right now I'm racing towards the Nevada border. Gonna cross over the Colorado River, I believe right by Laughlin, Nevada, on my way to Prim. Now I'm wondering, I may actually just poke my head into Laughlin really quick and show you guys that.
if even from the car, the scenery in this area too is quite fantastic. As you can see, really cool rock structures and colors, deserty. So that big hunk o' town off there to the right on the other side of the Colorado River is Laughlin, Nevada. All right, we're driving straight into the heart of Laughlin now. You can see it's pretty much a miniature Las Vegas. That's how I think about it. I haven't been here for probably 15 plus years, actually. I was only here one time, I think for one evening. It wasn't bad, it was kind of a good time. Yeah, so this is kind of neat to see this again, actually. Alright, so I think my plan is I'm gonna try to go through there to the other side to see if I can get to the river. Kinda wanna check out that that riverboat looking casino. Alright, I cut through the casino. And yeah, you can actually get all the way over here to the Colorado River. Look at that sign. That's a classic right there. I'd love to see that at night, lit up. I think at one time, didn't it move, if I'm not mistaken? Didn't the arm move? Does anybody out there know that? I'm just randomly following the sidewalk as far as I can to hopefully catch a glimpse of the riverboat. You could probably hear the wind. It is a very windy day, but that's the Colorado River, and that's Arizona on that side, and Nevada on this side. Nevada, where you come for all of your gambling needs. This is actually a really kind of a delightful stroll, like right along the Colorado. There are beaches down there. I can see people. Not many people at all. So what do you guys think? Does this count as hiking? I'm out walking. Normally I like to do a lot more outdoorsy stuff, but I'm outdoors, right? So hopefully you can see how much wind there is today and what I was talking about earlier. The palms will give it away. So there's some kind of beach down here. We'll at least get a better view of the, what is that called? The Colorado Belle. Very sandy here, just like a typical beach should be. Looky here, I made it all the way to the Colorado River. I just had to dip my finger in it to make it official, right? Woo, that's chilly. So mission accomplished. I guess stress the ish of that. Wanted to get a closer look at the Colorado Belle. I think we did that. Got a cool, unique perspective there. Down here from the water side. Well, the clouds are blowing back in and the wind's kicking up again fierce. At least I had a little bit of a reprieve for a few minutes to hopefully get some usable footage. Okay, I can verify it does not take long to get out of Laughlin. Just a couple left turns and you're out in the desert again. Ah, the Mojave Desert. Do you guys see, I think I've mentioned it before, to me it just has a more minimalistic quality to it than the Sonoran Desert. Slightly. It depends on where you're at too, of course, but you know, these windy roads out beyond the outskirts of Laughlin, they're just beautiful. Like really scenic drives. If you're just looking for a scenic drive, yeah, this is amazing. The views are second to none. So you can see before you, you know, once again, these clouds, very ominous clouds. This is a strange weather day. The weather's been changing like by the minute. You know, you'll go into something really dark and ominous like what waits in front of us. It's starting to rain a little bit, and then all of a sudden it'll be sunny for a little bit in whatever patch you're in. So This is very desolate. You don't see any cars out here at all. I feel completely alone, and you can see all of these like Joshua trees now starting to pop up. I keep pulling over just to check that out. I mean, that is amazing. How many of you guys have seen Joshua trees before, up close like this? There are some ancient beer cans with pull tabs. Look at that. They were so rusted out. It was like almost like paper at this point. That's really neat. I think this is federal land, so I think it's illegal, actually a felony, to remove artifacts like that. Look at me, I'm calling a rusty old beer can an artifact. Well, I suppose something to pin on my map. Walking Box Ranch. Not sure what it is, or if you can camp here. You might. Looks like it's BLM land, I assume. So if you want to find this road, this is Nipton Road. It was just a random road that they had me turn on, and I was like, oh, this is weird. And it ended up being a really scenic and beautiful, pristine Joshua tree forest, and it's still going and going. The most beautiful Joshua tree forest I've ever seen. There's a surprise around every bend. You drive through dreary, you remove your sunglasses, then you have a sunbathed valley right in front of you. It's amazing. Look at the contrast. But it's almost like laughable. I'm wondering what the weather will be like in Prim. You could see right in front of us, you see storm clouds of brewing. It looks like to me like these mountains are kind of holding back the clouds or something, and then it can't hold it any longer and it busts on over. Well, there you have it, the little historic town of Nipton. I saw a couple interesting looking spots. I'm gonna continue on though, but that is noted for another time. Seems like a pretty cool little town there to explore. I'm starting to see this small skyline of Prim. I see a couple roller coasters, or a roller coaster, which is a trademark of one of the casinos here, I believe. And yeah, I've never been to this town, so kind of same idea as Laughlin. Maybe call it a little miniature Vegas in the desert. So Buffalo Bill is another place that I've wanted to see. I've known about this place. I knew it existed, but seeing it in person is kind of a novelty, really neat. How many of you guys have actually ridden that? If you have, I want to hear from you. Drop me a comment. Let me know if it's a good coaster. So I did have another purpose for visiting Prim outside of admiring roller coasters. That is to actually see the Bonnie and Clyde death car. Yes, you heard me right. The actual car that Bonnie and Clyde were killed in. It's full of bullet holes, and apparently it's the real deal, and it's on display in a casino right across the road. So yeah, let's go see about this. All right, I think this is where the Bonnie and Clyde death car is, here inside of Whiskey Pete's. So let's go see if we can find it. Oh my God, this is the Bonnie and Clyde death car. You can actually see the bullets in the side of the vehicle. Look at that.
I believe that's a picture of the Bonnie and Clyde car, probably shortly after the event happened. Everybody's swarming to it. This is a much cooler display than I thought. They even have like a little theater here so you can educate yourself. Really cool. And I believe I read this is the shirt that, or the clothes they died in. Another one to mark off the list. The Bonnie and Clyde death car at Whiskey Pete's Casino, in case you're looking for it. Yeah, just all these random wonders scattered throughout the deserts of the Southwest. So not far up Interstate 15 from Primm heading to Vegas will you come across another destination that you might want to visit. It's called Seven Magic Mountains. It's just this random colorful exhibit, like an art piece in the middle of the desert made with big sculptures. So go ahead, call me a wimp. Yeah, I decided to pass on that. I'm really bummed because I really wanted to see that, wanted to see it for a while, but there were just so many people there. It was a sea of people, hundreds, I'm sure of that. So with everything going on right now, that just seems a little sketchy, a little risky for my taste, so decided to pass.
Yo voy a cantar esta canción, yo voy a cantar esta canción para mi gente.
Alright, I've arrived at the Park MGM.
Una pasión, con una pasión tan fuerte.
It's kind of sketchy walking underneath that, you know? Alright, I procured my keys and the guy here said it's his favorite room.
Gozando, yo sigo